Hi everybody, I'm Tom. I build drums. This is the first of my several-part series of videos on how I do it. I hope that you find this mildly interesting and appreciate that I don't do this for a living. Drum building is a hobby that combines woodworking and drumming, two things that I love. I'm voicing over this intro that I taped. It's what we call post-production work. It's what we do to make ourselves look better. I build stave drums, which are constructed similar to stave whiskey barrels. Staves are narrow boards cut with bevel sides, such that when joined with numerous other staves, form a rough cylinder. The staves are glued and clamped together, and then the rough cylinder is milled on the outside and inside to create a true cylindrical drum shell. I didn't come up with this concept, not by a long shot. I learned how from several YouTubers who do the same thing. With their unknowing help, I build my own jigs and learned the whole process. I've built around a dozen drums so far, including a 4-piece drum set. For now, I'm concentrating on building only snare drums. Drummers love their snares, and I love making them. Well, I guess since I'm making this thing out of a part of an oak tree, I should show you the oak tree. This is it. It's call it early spring in our backyard. I gotta go way up. Hopefully you can see where the torn off branch is. And it was way up there. The abridged story that goes along with the tree is as follows. Heavy snow takes down huge oak branch. Power out for 3 days of unseasonably frigid weather. This is late November 2018. Weather improves, so I buy a cheap chainsaw to clean up the mess. I kept a number of oak logs and built a DIY chainsaw mill to cut them into boards for drum building. I will use 20 staves to build my drum. I've already cut 25 blanks to the approximate dimensions I need. That's about 5.5 by 2.5 inches. The blanks are 3/4 inch thick. I've already set my saw to cut 9-degree bevels, but I will tune in that angle more precisely using an electronic angle gauge. So now that I have the angle roughly set, I'm going to use this angle gauge that I bought on I just cannot seem to get it to stick right on 81. Oh, come on. It's ridiculous. I probably should okay, so on the 20th try, I finally got it to stick. I went from the other direction. I think we're good now. I'm going to stop this segment before it changes again, and we'll get to cutting. Okay, here. Set that to millimeters. Let's see it.
Oh yeah. Nice to see it.
56.98. I mean, perfect. I think I'm alright here. So if you hear that through my mask, I think I'm alright here. Now what I'm going to do is flip it around, cut it the other way, and I should not end up taking off any width at the top. Take another measurement here. Should be the same as before. Yeah, 56.79. I'm not gonna worry about that. I think it's gonna come out just fine. I could tweak the fence a little bit, but I think I'm just gonna leave it. And now I'm gonna do all the rest of them. So there's one done compared to one undone, or all the undones. So I cut the first bevel on all my staves. It looks like I have 24 of them. They're not 25. Oh, wait. Oh, that's the first one I cut already. I showed you earlier. Okay, so got one that's done. Now I just have to run all the others through. Same way, same angle, and then we'll be ready to form them into a rough drum. Back here at the bench, it's time to put them all together, just like this. Typically, you know, we use tape to hold everything together, form it together before we glue. What I like to do though is just kind of see if my dimensions came out all right. And so I just kind of, you know, play blocks on the bench here. And see how good the joints look. Just regular hose clamps, daisy chain together. So it's a little bit of a trick. Okay, so we got ourselves a drum, sort of. What I haven't done yet is gone and sort of look for nice grain patterns and arrange them in such a way that it might look cool. Sometimes I just let it go, you know, do whatever way I put them on is how I glue them together. But the next step here is going to be to take the bands off, sort of lay these all out, but on their faces, on, you know, with the wide side up, and then use masking tape to join them together. So then we can glue in between the staves and form it all up back into this circle again, and we'll again use the band clamps to hold them while we glue. But yeah, first I'm gonna make sure I've got the best staves, the best looking ones. Also look for any problems that might be in some of them that I cut. Again, I milled the wood. There's at least one in here that looks like it's kind of narrower, maybe not quite 3/4 of an inch. So I may pull that one out in favor of one of these that's a little more to the correct dimensions. But yeah, so going good. Hello there. So I use painter's tape for this. Sticks really well, comes off really well. Basically what I want to do is make sure the ends are lined up very nicely, and then you know, just make sure the edges of the wood are pressed together. And I'm just going to work my way down the line, just trying to get that alignment as perfectly as I can. I've got these taped up. The next part is always fun, and it is standing them up and curling them together. And it's pretty good when you have them taped well. Ta-da! As you can see, meet nicely. What we can't see is that all these joints look pretty good. So next step is to glue them up. So now that I have them standing up, I can stretch them out again and push them down into the gluing position. So I'll just be spreading glue throughout here, applying it up. But first I gotta make sure I have everything ready to go. Got my 5/16 inch socket, my socket driver, which is the size that it's required. Got a screwdriver just in case something goes wrong, I don't know. And I'm using this Titebond 3 Ultimate wood glue. It says longer assembly time, which is good because it's amazing how quickly the other wood glues will start to set when you're putting this stuff together. One more thing I need is something to spread glue. And I'm gonna go over here and grab, shoot. I just got this little paintbrush, cheap paintbrush that I'll use to spread the glue. There we go. Lay it down. And once I start, I try to work pretty fast. See how that goes. Okay, then I gotta get the ends. Okay, let's go. I don't have a proper mallet, but I want to make sure none of the staves have kind of risen up. I've never gotten it to be perfect. Pretty close. There's a step to even that out later. Look at see what the other side looks like. Everything seems pretty good. What's important is that the seams meet on the outside perfectly. On the inside, you can see the glue squeezing out everywhere. So that's good. So now I just I let that, well, I'll clean it up. I'll clean up the glue a little bit, but I'll let it sit overnight. And maybe as soon as tomorrow, I'll be doing the outside milling. That'll be pretty exciting for me, maybe not for you. That's it for now. Thanks for watching.